Hi Leo, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your reading. So we're going to do a week ahead reading, October the 11th through to October the 17th. We are using for the reading the Shuffle Tarot. It's a really good deck. I've actually got two of them. I got this, I think it was Thailand. I can't quite remember. Thailand or Malaysia, something like that. I got these last year. And you get Collection A and Collection B. And all it does is it just puts different characters from the Rider-Waite onto different cards. So, for example, here we have the Fool in the Emperor's Chair. Or we have, I think this is the Hierophant in the Chariots kind of box. So, and then it's really good. It's a really good way to just get really creative with tarot and think of different stories and things like that. You'll see what I mean when I start, but we're going to use Collection B. I love this deck. I really like it a lot. I love both of them. So we're going to use that for the week ahead reading, and we're also going to use the angel answers for your spiritual guidance for the week. Okay, if you'd like to order a reading with me, guys, click on the link in the comment section below, and I'm also on Patreon by the end of November at the latest. Okay, here we go. Okay, Leo, so let's have a look then. What do you need to be focusing on for the week commencing October 11th through to the 17th? Right, so we've got the Five of Swords, but he's got the Five Wands. So, sometimes you think to yourself, well, which one is it? Is it the Five of Swords in the House of the Five of Wands, or is it the Five of Wands? I think it's the Five of Wands in the House of the Five of Swords, because this is the Five of Swords scene. The two people who have lost the battle against this person here. So the focus needs to be on, and he's got all Five Wands now. So he's won the battle, okay? Because Five of Wands is the battle card where you got all these people battling each other. But he's managed to get all Five Wands. So I think there's something that kind of just screams out to me where there's an indication for me that says there needs to be a focus. If you want to focus on something, and whenever we do tarot, if we're asking you to focus on something, it's always something positive. Or something that has a positive undertone to it. So I think that there needs to be a focus on winning a battle here with the Five of Wands. Getting all of those wands. I don't know whether this is getting everyone in your corner, or whether this is literally being able to take charge of a fight. But there needs to be a focus, I think, Leo, for taking charge of a fight, of a battle. And it's interesting. How many wands has he got? Let me have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wow. He's got a hammer. Look at that. Can you see? He just clunked someone on the head. See there? I think this is overcoming your opponents. I think some of you guys may have a competitor. Five of Wands means competition. You had many competitors, I think, somewhere along the line, Leo, but I think it's about just overcoming your competitors, overcoming an opponent. I don't want to use the word enemy. That might be the case. But it's definitely overcoming that. I've just noticed the hammering. Oh, my goodness. Okay, let's have a look at what's the situation is. So, Eight of Wands. So it's the Eight of Swords though, but it's the Eight of Wands in the House of the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Wands is about movement, advancement, and then we've got it sitting in a house of restriction. Okay, so it almost feels like movement is being very restricted here, but it's about the way that you're thinking, because the Eight of Swords talks about restrictive thinking, negative thinking, keeping yourself in a particular position through fear and through just negative ideas. We have the Eight Wands that really should be zooming through the air, but they're not. They're all stood in one place surrounding her. So it just feels to me like by the way that you're thinking, Leo, and I don't think this is usually like you, it almost feels like you're limiting the potential for something to advance. Also, the Eight of Wands is, oh God, what's the word that we often use with this card? So this is a card about, something to do with inspiration or energy, because wands are energy. So a release of energy. but it feels like there's something about the way that you are thinking, or the negative thinking that you seem to be doing for some of you guys, that is kind of limiting this energy or limiting some form of energetic movement here. Let's have a look at the next one. Right, you've got the Six of Wands. So there's a shift from, so this is kind of like shifting the Eight of Wands. We have the Eight of Wands, which for me feels like that energy is being quite stagnant. I think there's a shift in this with those wands now. I don't think all of the energy has moved. I really don't. Because there's only 6 wands on here and 8 wands on here. So I see a little bit of an energetic shift here happening around the situation. Now you've got the Six of Swords, in which we see the success. It's funny because you've got the Six of Wands is usually this card, and you've got the Six Swords on this card. So it's the victory card. They've swapped places, obviously. Six of Swords is in here. Six of Wands is usually this, but they've swapped places, which is really interesting. So I see an energetic shift bringing along with it success and achievement and victory. Right, this is the man, I think, from the Five of Cups, but he's in the, he's carrying 5 swords with him. I see somebody trying to perhaps oppose this. Let's have a look at the next one. Four of Swords in the house of the Four of Wands. So the Four of Swords is a lack of movement, no action. They're not wands, they're swords that are in this house. And the Four of Swords is about a reluctance to act. Do you know what? I think somebody here, I get a competitor here that's trying to literally slow your success down. Because I feel that some of you guys have been at a place now where you were quite stagnant with those 8 wands. You may have had a lot of ideas, Leo. You may have wanted to really advance yourself, with the 8 wands usually being advancement and movement, but they're not moving here. So it may be that you had these limiting ideas that stopped your advancement, okay? But I see that this has been shifting, okay? There's been a shift here in which some of you guys are feeling perhaps more confident. Perhaps your ideas are far more confident. Perhaps your ideas are far more kind of, there's just a great deal of confidence here and self-assurance, I think. However, I think that you have somebody who stands in your way with this fight, with this guy being the 5th swordsman. He's the 5 of Cups guy anyway, but he's got the 5 of Swords. There's somebody standing in your way, I think, who is trying to, with this 4 of Swords energy showing here in the house of the 4 of Wands, feels to me like they're trying to slow down your achievement, or they're trying to delay you from achieving something here. So this is a week for focusing on how you're going to overcome. That's your opponent there, who's trying to delay your achievement, delay your success. It almost feels to me like you've come back fighting. This person, I think, would have preferred to see you like this, Leo. They would have preferred to see you fearful, unable to project yourself, or unable to, or energyless. You know, you've got all this energy around you that's ready to just go into orbit, but you're afraid to let go because you've got these limiting thoughts about yourself, these negative thoughts. I can't do it, I'm not good enough, whatever the case is. But this is starting to shift, and I see here now the ideas are becoming far more self-assured, far more kind of what's the word, because we're seeing, again, 6 of Swords is a shift card, but it's in the house of the 6 of Wands. So we're seeing a very successful shift here. And the same here, 6 of Wands in the house of the 6 of Swords. So we're seeing a shift of energy here. We're seeing a mental and energetic shift from this. So if I were to read these together, being that they're taking the place of one another in the cards, 6 of Swords, 6 of Wands takes the place of the 6 of Swords, 6 of Swords takes the place of the 6 of Wands. Interesting, very interesting. We're seeing you guys feeling more balanced. We're seeing an energetic and a mental shift taking place here, because both cards indicate shift and movement. So energetic and mental shift out of this energy here that you once experienced. But we've got somebody here, the Five of Swords individual, that can see this. And I think with the Five of Swords, being that this Five of Cups individual holds on to the Five Swords, there's a lot of anger and a lot of fear that this person holds on to. And they're probably going to try and sabotage your success. Sabotage and delay your success, because Five of Swords means to sabotage. And the Four of Swords is about delays, no movement. And this is sitting in the house of success. So I just feel that we've got somebody here who's looking to sabotage and delay your success going forward. So there needs to be a focus on how you fight back against this opponent who doesn't want you to succeed, Leo. What is the advice? The advice is the Ace of Coins. So it's time, I think, to start planting some seeds here with the Ace of Pentacles. This could also be using your resources. I think more than anything, the work that you do is going to pay off with that Ten of Cups. Now, we've got the Ten of Wands in the house of the Ten of Cups, so it's going to be a lot of hard work. It's going to be a lot of hard work, but it's going to pay off in the end. And it's, to be honest with you, the work that you put in paying off. Now, with that Ten of Wands in that house, for me, that kind of says that it's not a struggle that you can't bear. You can bear the struggle. You can take it, because it's all going to pay off for you. Right. So the Nine of Pentacles. And he's got, I think he's got 9 wands. Has he got 9? It looks like Temperance, though, for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, it's the 7 of Wands. Looks like Temperance, doesn't he? But it's the 7 of Wands. 7 wands on here in the house of the 9 of Pentacles. I think you need to protect what you have made, what you've worked hard for. You need to protect what you have worked hard for with the 9, because the 9 of Wands is about protection, and the 9 of Coins is the fruits of your labour. So whatever it is that you have worked hard for, you need to protect this. I think you need to protect yourself against this individual here, this King of Coins. But the King of Coins, who sits on this card? Is this Temperance? I think that's Temperance, isn't it? The angel wings. I can't understand. I don't know who's sitting on that chair. Definitely sitting in the King of Coins chair, but it looks like Temperance, an angel. And the Emperor. So this is somebody in power. So this is a man who has great power. Could be a business person. Protect yourself against somebody who wields great power, I think, here. Okay. Right. So what I'm going to say here, Leo, is that I think you've got somebody here who wields great power. The King of Pentacles and the Emperor. Somebody who is in a very powerful, authoritative position. And somebody who possibly... This is, you know, if I'm being honest with you, Leo, this is not an easy opponent. They're not. They're not. This looks to me like this could be your boss or your supervisor. This is somebody who holds a higher rank than you. Okay. This is somebody, I believe, who holds a higher rank than you. Okay. And this is somebody who is afraid of your... Because Leos are leaders. They are definitely leaders, right? I've got a big sister who's a Leo. And boy, she is very self-assured in terms of who she is. But this person, I think, at the... I think the crux of the matter is that this person doesn't want to see you advance yourself. I don't think this person wants to see you advance yourself. Okay? Now, it's funny because the Emperor isn't even there. What's in its place? The Chariot is in the house of the Emperor. So this person has a great deal of, I mean, this person's very powerful. They hold a great deal of responsibility. This is definitely somebody in charge. But you've got to protect what you have developed against this individual. All right? I think that your hard work with the Ace of Pentacles, everything that you've been planting and working for is definitely going to come to fruition. You're going to receive the results of all of that hard work and labour that you've been putting in. But you need to protect what you've been trying to build here and grow against somebody who's quite greedy. And against somebody who either likes to be in charge or who is totally in charge. Okay, I'm going to see how you need to protect yourself in a moment. Because I think that this person, this King of Pentacles stroke Emperor, Leo, is actually your Five of Swords guy. Who's trying to sabotage this mental and energetic transition. See, the energy that you had before, Leo, was huddled. You were like, oh no, I can't do this. You had all of this kind of built up anguish. And you were afraid to move, and you were afraid to, it's not like you, Leo, but you were, I think. I think you were afraid to move. I think you were afraid to really show your light and really show who you were. I think you were afraid to kind of really just let go and show exactly what you can do, because you were limited by the ideas that you held about yourself. And then there comes this energy shift as well as this mental shift. And I'm just going to clarify some areas, Leo. What did this mental and energetic shift do for Leo? What did it do for them in two cards? It changed you with the Death card. It changed you. It made you want to test out new things. Temperance is testing out something that you've not done before. It's testing the waters. It changed you. It made you want to test the waters. I think there's something that happened where you didn't want to try it out with the Eight Wands in the house of the Eight of Swords. So you had, there was a lot of kind of restricted movement here. Eight of Wands is movement and the Eight of Swords is restriction. So I think what happened here was there was a lot of restrictive movement on your part, but then there was this energy and mental shift in which you changed and you said, okay, maybe I can just test this out and try it. Maybe I can try out whether I'd be a good leader or I'd be good at this or be good at this or be good at this. But I think that you have somebody who wants to sabotage this and delay this. And I'm just going to ask why. We know that this is somebody who's in a great deal of power and who likes to be in charge. They like to be in the forefront. This is probably a narcissist, a show-off as well. Somebody who likes to have all of the glory for themselves. Somebody who likes to be in prime position, because the Emperor is somebody who's in a place of authority and the Chariot is somebody who has responsibility and who is in prime position. So this is somebody who, with the king, holds a high rank and likes to hold on to that. They feel, you know what I think? I think that they feel that their position is very threatened with you. That if you should rise up through the ranks, Leo, their position will be very threatened by you. I think it's going to be very, very, very threatened. And I think that they're scared of that. But you've got to hold the line. So I don't think we need to clarify that. I think that they're afraid because we can see that this person is in a very formidable position here. They really are. King of Pentacles and the Chariot in the house of the Emperor. Those are three powerhouse things. You know, because we've got different cards sitting in the houses of different cards. The Chariot, we can see it's the Chariot sitting in the house of the Emperor. So this is a very powerful leader. This is somebody who is very much in charge. They've got responsibilities. The King of Pentacles is somebody who is, you know, in charge again, powerful leader, somebody who is has power over resources, money. That this is somebody in a formidable position here, but they want to sabotage you and delay your achievements because they don't like the fact that you've turned around and said, Leo, let me try this out now. They are afraid of that. They're afraid of it. Let's just ask anyway, because I think it's because they're afraid that you're going to, you know, they're threatened by you and what you could do to their position. But why are they trying to sabotage? Why is this King of Pentacles stroke Emperor stroke Chariot stroke Five of Swords individual trying to sabotage and delay Leo's achievement and movement? Why in 2 cards? Because the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant could be because they're in a position of leadership. People may listen to what they say. The Hierophant is a leader. It could also be that they have, there are certain kind of traditions and structures and things like that. Maybe they're afraid of you tearing it down. And the Seven of Cups. I think it's because they fear people becoming disillusioned by their position. Because they're a leader here. Maybe people might become very disillusioned by their position. Maybe you coming up on them is going to interfere with their rules, with the rules that they've set. Maybe people will start to question their leadership if you should come up. Maybe it will show that actually you're better at the job or better at whatever than they are. The Seven of Cups is a card that indicates illusion. So somebody can easily be disillusioned and confused. So it's almost like they feel that they're, because here we have another leadership card, the Hierophant. So it just feels to me this person says, I've got to stop Leo in their tracks. What really I think this reading is saying, Leo, is this person didn't want you to understand your power. They didn't want you to understand your power. They liked it when you were like that because you weren't a threat. You weren't a threat to their power and their position. They loved it when you were like this. They were like, ah, great. I don't have any, you know, I don't have anyone that's going to be challenging my position. People will just follow what I say. But as soon as you started to understand your power, and as soon as there was an energetic shift within you and a mental shift, that's when they've said here, no. No, hell no. Not on my watch. No way is Leo going to come upon me. I'm going to delay their achievement because I'm the one who holds the reins. I'm the one in power. And if Leo gets into power, or people start to see that they can do stuff because Leo has now changed and knows that they've got to test different things out. If Leo should be successful, shit, people are going to start questioning my authority because this is authority as well. And the Seven of Cups is kind of looking at options. So there's a questioning card. They're going to start questioning my authority. Once they see what Leo can do, they're going to start questioning whether I'm any good. So you have a fierce opponent, Leo, that really wants to, they want to hold on to their position because they fear that if you come upon them, like the young pup that you are, they're fearing that people are going to turn to you and they're going to be saying, actually, Leo's better. Leo's really good at this. This person doesn't want you to step into your power. They'll do anything to make sure that you stay like that. The advice is your work is going to bear fruit. It is going to be hard work, but it's going to bear fruit. However, you need to protect and guard what you have gained and what you've developed against this individual here, because they are a greedy individual. And they will want to take you down and make sure that you stay there. How does Leo guard against, though? How do they protect what they have built and grown against this individual here? Because these are the fruits of your labour, and you're going to need to protect that with that Seven of Wands. Or Nine of Wands, sorry. How does Leo protect this? How do they protect what they've grown, what they've built against this greedy King of Coins, stroke Emperor? This person who seems to be very power hungry to me. How do they protect themselves against this individual and what they have developed and grown in 2 cards? I just think by doing everything on the quiet, Don't make them feel like you're after their job or you're after their position or you're coming after them. The Four of Swords is just quietness. Don't exhibit anything to this individual. Just do everything on the down low if you can. Don't make a song and dance of it with the Four of Swords. Take your time and then show them what you're about. But I think at the early stages of this, because you're just testing the waters, what you don't want to do, Leo, is have somebody shoot you down as soon as because you've just come out of this. You've just started to open up like a flower. And this person's like, hell no. Oh my God. Because I think this person was jealous of you all along. That's what I think went on here. I think this person was very, very, very jealous of you all along. And I think they were very threatened by you all along, Leo. They knew your power. They knew your potential. And they feared it. So as soon as you started to open up with the temperance energy, as soon as you started to say, let me have a little go at this, or let me have a little go at that, they were kind of like, hell no. This isn't happening on my watch. No way. I've worked too hard to get myself into this position of power and they're not taking it. I want to sabotage their ass. Sorry, my American accent's terrible. But yeah, they want to sabotage you, want to delay you from getting that achievement. Four of Swords also means to delay, and it's in the house of an achievement card. So they want to delay you before you actually get into that place of achievement. That's what they want to do. They don't want you, this young pup coming up. So you need to play it real cool with that Four of Swords. And then when you are completely certain of yourself, you're completely 100% knowledgeable about what you're doing, what direction you're taking, where you're going, that's when you go full force. Because there's going to be nothing. See, the thing is, what I think it's trying to tell you is that even though you're kind of like, you've changed and you said, yeah, go on then, I'll test this out. You're not quite strong enough yet against whoever the Five of Swords individual stroke King of Pentacles stroke Emperor is. You're not quite strong enough against them. You're not, because you've just come out of this. So you're in the very early stages of this situation. You really are. You're very early stage. And they know that, which is why they're wanting to stop you in your tracks. They're wanting to prevent you from going anywhere, doing anything. They want to stop you right there. Because they know that you're still vulnerable. But as soon as you are strong enough, that's when you go, I'm coming for your ass. That's what you do. So play it cool, play it safe, do everything kind of like, my mum had a saying, you got to kiss ass before you can kick it. All right? Kiss ass before you can kick it. Okay? So don't run before you can walk. You're just finding your feet. You've just come out of that energy. Play it safe. This person is ready to jump up as soon as you show what you're made of. Don't do it just yet. When you know yourself, that's when you can go full force. This reminds me of lay low and then attack. Eight of Wands can be the attack card, yeah? Like arrows go like the Lord of the Rings or something. Arrows going through. It's like attack. Yeah, lay low and then you attack. Don't do it. Lay low. Just do your thing, but do it on the quiet. You don't want to give them any cause to try and sabotage you just yet. Okay? Right. Let's have a look at what the spiritual advice is on this reading. So, Leo, advice for Leo, please. Advice for Leo, please, for 8th, the 11th of October through to the 17th. Whoops. Whoa. I just fell all over the place. Incredible. Okay. Let's get this again. Sorry about that, guys. It just went woo. Okay. Spiritual advice, please. For Leo this week. Spiritual advice for Leo this week, please, in one card. It says let go. Let's have a look at what it's saying in the book about that. Let go. The time has come to let go of this situation. Stop focusing on how or when it will be solved, or even why it occurred. Relationships that are unhealthy or unfulfilling should be released in order to allow something better to come along. Don't worry, God and your angels have everything under control. Okay? A key aspect to manifesting your desires is to ask for what you want and then release it to heaven. If you've drawn this card, you may be holding on too tightly to the way your dreams will unfold. Make a wish and then leave the rest to your angels. That can also be it here, can't it? Make a wish, because this can be a wish card because you're asking, you're praying. Say a prayer and then let go. Interesting. How it factors in like that, I don't know. But that's the spiritual advice on the reading as well. All right, that is your reading for the week, guys. Thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. If you would like your own private reading with me, click on the link in the comment section below. And also, see you on Patreon in November. Take care. Bye-bye.